What up, guys? Happy Thanksgiving. I usually don't show my face up in this shit because, you know, I'm ghetto as hell when I'm doing my technical analysis. And as people say, I'm ghetto because I'm doing it on my iPhone. But, you know what? This is what I have. I don't have a laptop, and eventually I will get one. But, you know, I'm always working during market hours. So for me, I'm doing as much updating and analysis as I can during my work period when I have my breaks and stuff. So, you know, that's how I run things. So hopefully you guys are still enjoying it. I mean, it's making me great money. You know, I'm on a goal. I had a goal of hitting 5K when I started with 1K by 2021. And as of right now, I just finally hit 5K. It did pull back a little bit, but I hit 5K as of yesterday. So already my goal target was reached earlier than expected. So now I have to move my goal target of hitting 10K by the end of 2021. So I started this portfolio in March. I brought it from 1K to 4K, and I actually took out 3K to cash out a bunch of profits, and I had to pay some bills with it. So then I was back down to 1K. So if I didn't do that, I actually would have been at a lot higher than right now. I was thinking of it. But anyway, I'm not here trying to brag. I'm not here trying to say anything. But, you know, this is just a proud moment for myself. So that's why I'm mentioning it. But, you know, the way that I'm playing markets and the way that I'm trying to portray my YouTube channel is a different way to look at things. Now, normally, if you're on stock market, Facebook pages, and all this other shit that, you know, if you don't know how to chart, you're trying to listen to most people. And most people are trading with emotions. Most people, when they talk about a stock, they're talking about it when it's already topped out or getting tired. You know, so I don't really play those things unless I see them consolidating after a breakout. And if I do, I'll either buy the bottom of the consolidation pattern, or I wait for a retest of a big channel or pattern that it broke out of. And that's the smart way to do things. We don't want to buy at resistances. Usually you would sell at resistances and rebuy at supports. Now, if you're swing trading, of course, you can just reload bags at the next support level once it hits your resistance target. Or you could sell half of your position at your resistance target and rebuy at support, whatever you want to do. Or you can just hold long term, whatever. When you have a stock breaking out of massive patterns, sorry, I'll get this mask out of here. When you have a stock breaking out of a massive pattern, you know, it doesn't mean it goes straight to the moon. Now, when you have like Bitcoin and stuff, that's more of even more of a traded asset. You know, people are all using technical analysis for the most part, and you know, it actually works a lot smoother in cryptocurrency for that matter, because everyone's using Fibonacci sequences, everyone's using these patterns, everyone's using measured moves from these patterns, they're using these RSIs, EMAs, everything that the TD9 sequential, everything that I was taught in my classes that I'm teaching you guys in these videos, are trying to, and hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos. You know, I'm actually about to hit 80 subscribers, which I'm mad hyped about. You know, I started this channel as a couple different things. As you see, I have like my car audio shit that I do here, which I'm sitting in my vehicle now, you know, all wooden roof, all this crazy shit. You know, I got my door panels and stuff that I made. All this was another hobby that I got into. You know, I've been clean for, you know, I'm going off track here, but I've been clean for 9 years, since October 5th, 2011 actually. And, you know, I have a super addictive personality. Anything I get into, I fucking go hard, you know. But, you know, and yes, it can be effective, or, you know, it can be effective negatively to me, but at the same time, it keeps me, excuse me, it keeps me busy and keeps my mind preoccupied from going elsewhere where it shouldn't be. So anyway, that was off topic, but point is that when I get addicted to something, I fucking go ham on it. And that's kind of how it is with technical analysis, that I picked up this hobby. You know, I got the four-wheeling, I got every hobby possible. But I've been really trying to learn a lot about this shit. And, I'm not perfect. That not every call I make is good. But, when you're doing breakout trades, as long as you're using your tools and stuff, technical analysis, I heard something the other day. I'm going to try to explain it the way I heard it because it really hit home for me. But technical analysis isn't something that is going to, it's not a crystal ball. It doesn't tell you, yes, it can give you some support and resistance points, but, it doesn't guarantee that it's going to a certain point. But what it can do is it can really help you maximize your buying opportunities, really maximize your growth potential, because instead of just being that guy that hears about IDEX at fucking $6 or $4, and I'm gonna get in on this thing, it's going to $10, everyone's guaranteeing it, I'm gonna buy it at $4 and I'm gonna ride it up to 10 bucks, and then a week later it's back to $2 or something. And this is just an example. I don't even know what IDEX is at or where it is potentially right now, but it keeps you from buying at that $4 price. Instead of being patient, looking at the signals, looking at the tools, looking at, whether it's getting a rounding top or rounding bottom, and it just shows you, should I buy here or should I wait? Can I wait? And, most of the time being patient is key. So needless to say, it's showing us support and resistance, where potentially price can go, because the EMAs, the RSI, all these different tools are giving us what the buyers are doing, not exactly, where it's going to be in an hour because I fucking am a genius and I can tell the future. No, but I can see the movement of buying. When people are starting to buy a lot, the MACD starts to roll up. When people are buying a lot, the 20 EMAs, all the EMAs start crossing up. They're not just magically going up. It has to do with buying and selling. Same with when they're crossing negative. And, some of the faster EMAs that we use here will show us them buying or selling more than not. And, different patterns and shit happen and occur due to buying pressure. When when everyone's up here and it's $4 and they all want in and they just buy, it starts rounding over and it causes the drop. So, when you look left in all this stuff that we try to teach on here, sorry, I'm just like throwing my phone all over the place. All these things I'm trying to teach on this channel is, when you look left at different patterns that it broke out of, you got to look, those were resistance points. If it's consolidating in a pattern, you're getting a lot of buying in between this pattern. Now, once it finally breaks out, it can take off a little bit, but this here was the original resistance that it was butting its head against. Once it breaks through, it does get a little coil action that spring loads it up, but eventually, and almost 99% of the time, it does correct back down and it retests that point where it was butting its head up against. And if it does hold support there and starts trending there, even if it's for, an hour or so that it's sitting there, that's usually a good point to say, this is the support I remember from this pattern, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So hopefully this is all making sense. I'm just rambling here. This is a little Thanksgiving video I'm going to try to put out for you guys. I'm watching so many different stocks. I think I have about 20 stocks in my portfolio right now. I'm constantly looking back at the charts. I don't make videos every single day on them because for me it's a little too intense to do that. I like to wait until something is actually forming, because if I just keep on doing videos every single day on the same stock, it's boring for me, first off, and I'm trying to keep this entertaining for myself. But, I don't know if it's boring for you guys, but if it's boring for me, I assume it's boring for you. So I also, I have a select few stocks. I have thousands of stocks in my TradingView, watch list and everything. But I'd like to see more commenting from you guys if possible to let me know, what do you guys want me to look at? What stocks are you guys in? Do you want me to do a video on those? I'm not saying that I'm going to be right all the time, but I can kind of give baseline ideas. You don't have to follow what I'm doing or anything, but I can give baseline ideas of where this potentially could go, where it could potentially top out, where it could potentially, find support, find resistance, so on and so forth. We're in a bunch of different stocks on this channel right now, and I'm watching HYLN like a fucking hawk, because it's kind of doing what we originally talked about in that video, in the beginning of the video, before I found that potential secret pattern that I was thinking I was looking at it the wrong way. Now, as of right now, we are potentially breaking down from that pattern that we talked about as a rising channel, but we're finding support at the same time at the bottom of it. So, you know, it's kind of a confusing situation right now, but it was a head and shoulders pattern that played out in it. You know, and then like KOS, we've been in this thing for a while now. I've been playing it since $1.18. You know, it had a couple down swings that, you know, I miscalculated. You know, I thought it was going to break out a couple weeks prior. It didn't. It broke back down to, you know, originally my buy point, and I just continued buying the whole way up, and then we finally got that consolidation I was looking for. We broke out, and it's looking fucking solid. Like, I've been selling a little bit of my position here and there at all these points of resistance, and, you know, it's correcting just like what we expect. It's hitting these points of resistance that we exactly called. You know, some people say technical analysis is bullshit, it's freaking nothing, it's a theory, it's nothing, but how is it hitting these exact targets that I'm calling weeks prior and getting stopped out just like that and, you know, selling off? It's not a coincidence, you know, it has to do with support and resistance and different EMAs and targets and stuff like that. So anyway, KOS, we're watching like a freaking hawk because I just did some more TA on that thing, and, you know, I'm seeing like potential. Now, this is not going to happen in one day, but my next breakout target could be above $3 all the way to a max of $5. And if we can break above the 2.91 support area, $2.91 support area, this could be the real breakout of this massive pattern it's been trending in for a very long time, which we're talking about like a $10 KOS. This thing is on the fucking like sidelines. Not many people look at it. Not many people care about it. Everyone's pumped about EV. Everyone's pumped about this, that, and the other thing. But this thing is ready to do big things. Now, I'm not saying go bet the farm on this thing. I'm just saying when you see these support levels that we've talked about in these videos show up, different resistance points, you know, you might want to start buying some of these, because I have a feeling that we are going to be holding above $1.75 for quite some time here, because I think we're going to continue to go up, hit resistance, come down, retest, support, go up, break resistance, hit a new resistance, come back down, test support, so on and so forth. And we're going to keep climbing up, consolidating, resetting RSI, dropping, so on and so forth. So that's how all these kind of stocks are doing right now. Dow Jones is like hitting fucking all-time highs right now. You know, it's in a consolidation pattern right now. I could see it going to 29,200 at the next potential drop, maybe Monday area as the low point, but 29,800, 29,300, something like that. I forget the exact target. And then it's in a consolidation that could be bringing us up to my price target, $33,000 before a potential crash, though. And that's something I'm going to be keeping a very, very close eye on, because I could potentially see a big stock market correction coming in January, maybe February. So we're going to have to be very cautious as Dow Jones potentially starts breaching these all-time highs, because it's in a massive rising channel, a huge rising channel, and it's consolidating inside this rising channel, creating more patterns, breaking up higher and higher into this rising channel. But the end of the rising channel is around January 22nd of 2021, and we have to be careful on that, because if it decides to break down, you know, I do have, as of right now, a potential price target of it being at 20 grand around then. But I'm not trying to scare anyone, and this is just me looking at it ahead of time, measured moves of rising channel breakdowns. But there's nothing right now too much telling me that we're going that way. As of right now, it does look very bullish, and I think that it's going to continue bouncing its head between this 30 grand and this 29.3 area until it gets to the point of this breakout and hits my top trend line I have, which is around like 32,000, I believe. And then if we break out of that, which would be my trade target of 33,000, and it could go, you know, we don't know what's going to happen from there, and it's too close to be calling that. But we got to just, you know, the point of this video is just because I didn't have time to sit here and chart out a bunch of shit. I have a bunch of different stocks that I am watching. There's no markets open right now. I don't have any, you know, further things to say about it until I see more price action. But I'm watching HYLN like a hawk, if it does decide to break down, you know our target's 2278, 2145, shit like that. I don't think it's going to go there. I think we're going to continue bouncing between this 2385 and this wherever we're hitting 25, something like that. But you know, we have to look at both scenarios. Obviously, we had that FSR breakout we've been talking about. I was mad hyped. That was up 35%. Had a bunch of calls on that shit. I sold them a little early, and I was pissed because I had that breakout target at 21. I did a call for 17.5 when it was at 1580, like we talked about. It's possibly consolidating there, and you know, I sold it when it hit, I think, 1890 or something. So I sold it too early. I think it's worth like $5 or $6 now. Damn. But you know, it's good to lock in your profits. And you know, I should have trusted my TA, knowing it was at least going to 21. Like we said, it actually broke higher. It went to 22. And now that I was looking at it, I actually might have a price target of $25 for that FSR. But like I said, it could come back down, retest old resistance. So we'd want to watch for that. It could come back down to the 1810 area. That was an old resistance, big time. 1937, that was a big breakout target that I had too. That's another support. You know, we got to watch those. You know, I have all this shit memorized because I'm looking at it every day, so I'm trying to just throw shit off the top of my head. But, you know, we were watching a couple different things, and they're all killing it. ADS, that was the other one. You know, I had an $80 price target. It's at 75. I bought a call option for that bitch at $68, calling for a 73 breakout. I sold that one a little early. I sold it when it did hit around 73 area. So, you know, I sold it basically for a triple, but it was up at another one that was up at $6. I bought it at like 75 cents, and I think I sold it at like $3.50. So, you know, I sell things a little early, but that's because I know how options are and they can turn on a dime, even though I have these price targets. You know, and I just did a couple calls on HYLN. This one could be a little sketchy depending, but you know, I'm gonna take the risk, and I got it for like December 18th, I think. So even if we do come down in this 2278 area, I'll be down. Maybe I'll set a stop loss. I don't know yet. We'll find out when we get there. But you know, I see it kind of trending right around where it is for a little while now, a couple weeks, and then we should hopefully be testing the retest, which would be 2732, something like that, at the top of that. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I already talked you guys' ears off. Who knows if anyone even listens through this whole fucking thing. I don't even remember what the hell I said. I'm just kind of rambling on about shit. But we got to keep an eye on all these stocks. Like the videos for me if you don't mind. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. You know, I'd like to see more likes on the videos, but I can't. Beggars can't be choosers. It is what it is. And, you know, I'm just happy that I got some people watching my channel, commenting occasionally. If you do have time to hit the like button, that would be greatly appreciated. That way we can get more people to see this content and stuff. If you guys do like it, hit the like button so that I can get more people in on this. I mean, I'm doing it for myself, for the fun of it, but I do like that you guys are enjoying it. And, you know, other than that, I got to go start cutting up some turkeys and shit and getting some food in this belly. So, peace out, guys. Thanks for listening in. Thanks for watching. And take care.